we are going to start from the units of activity. So a quick review. There are three factors which we need to consider while calculating the depreciation. One is cost, the other one is salvage value, and useful life, number of life. These three factors will be needed to calculate depreciation. That means we need these three factors in all three methods: straight line, units of activity, and declining balance. For straight line, the simple formula was cost minus salvage value divided by useful life. That is the annual depreciation expense. Now, for units of activity, once again you will be needed the depreciable cost, that is cost minus salvage value equal to depreciable cost. Depreciable cost divided by total units of activity, we will get depreciable cost per unit. And for this method, units of activity method, in every year, units of activity during the year will be given in the question. প্রতি বছরের ইউনিটটা কোয়েশ্চেনে মেনশন করা থাকবে. It can be mile, it can be number of unit, it can be hour, whatever it is, it will be mentioned in the question. So if the total number of units, this one is not given, if you calculate, if you sum all the units, you will get the total unit. So in this method, it was given 15,000, 30,000, 20,000 and 25,000 and 10,000. If you add these 5, you will get 1 lakh. 1 lakh. That will be 1 lakh, summation of 1 lakh. So in the first year, 15,000 is given. And we have got depreciable cost per unit is 0.12 because cost is 13,000, salvage value 1,000. So depreciable cost is 12,000. Depreciable cost divided by total unit, that is depreciable cost per unit, which is 0.12. So 15,000 into 0.12, that is 1,800. In the first year, your annual depreciation expense will be your accumulated depreciation. So this is also 1,800. And ending book value, the formula is same, which is cost minus accumulated depreciation. Cost is 13,000. 13,000 minus 1,800, 11,200. Year 2, units of activity is 30,000. 30,000 into 0.12, that is 3,600. So accumulated depreciation 1,800 plus 3,600, that is 5,400. So ending book value is 13,000 minus 5,400, 7,600. Year 3, year 4, same. In year 5, 10,000 into 0.12, that is 1,200. So last year's accumulated depreciation is 10,800 and current year's annual depreciation expense is 1,200. If you add these two, it will be 12,000, which is basically your depreciable cost. And I told you in the last year you will have to get depreciable cost in your accumulated depreciation and salvage value as your ending book value. It means your math is correct. And you will have to get this value in the last year. The journal. In 2017, depreciation expense debit, accumulated depreciation credit, and this is the value. So if the question asks about write the journal in 2019, the journal will be same, depreciation expense debit, accumulated depreciation credit, but the amount will be 2,400 for the journal. Well, if you can remember, for a straight line, if there is partial year, like instead of January 1, if the machine was purchased on April 1, so whatever value we got into 9 divided by 12, that's what we did. But for units of activity, we don't need to do that because the unit that is given in the question, that is for that is specific time period. যদি partial year 9 মাস 6 মাস 8 মাস যেটাই হোক না কেন, যে ভ্যালুটা দেয়া আছে, that value is for that specific time period. So the amount you will get here, the amount you will get as your annual depreciation expense, that is your final answer. এখানে কোনো into 9 divided by 12 or into 3 divided by 12 or into 8 divided by 12 কিছুই করতে হবে না. This will be your final answer and only for units of activity. Straight line there will be change and for declining balance there will be change except for units of activity. And if I ask you in 2020, how the machine or how the equipment will be presented in the balance sheet, the answer will be 2200, because in 2020 this is your ending book value. That means 2020 তে balance sheet এ আমরা যেটা করব 13000 minus 10800, so our equipment value will be 2200. So this is units of activity. Any question from units of activity? Anyone? না বুঝলে confusion থাকলে you will have to ask today, because next class is your quiz and your participation both. So you won't get another chance যে আরেকটা ক্লাস আছে ওই ক্লাস আমি জিজ্ঞেস করে নিব না বুঝলে, not possible. You will have to ask today. The last one, declining balance or double declining balance. This is the only method where we don't need the depreciable cost. Like units of activity method is the only method where partial year will not be applicable, and declining balance or double declining balance is the only method where we don't need the depreciable cost to calculate the annual depreciation expense. Because in straight line the formula is cost minus salvage value, that is the depreciable cost, so we need that. For units of activity there is depreciable cost per unit, the formula is depreciable cost divided by total units, so we need the depreciable cost. But only for this method, declining balance or double declining balance, we don't need the depreciable cost to calculate the annual depreciation expense. Well, here in the second column it's a beginning book value. Beginning book value means the cost which is given, which will be given in the question. So for this math the cost is 13,000. Next one is declining rate. For straight line the depreciation rate was 1 divided by useful life. But for this method, declining balance or double declining balance, the formula is, the declining rate formula is 1 divided by useful life into 2. So if the year is 5 years, if the useful life is 5 years, what will be the declining rate? Anyone?
ম্যাম ফর্মুলাটা আরেকবার বলবেন?
1 by useful life into 2. One divided by useful life into 2.
ম্যাম 0.4.
0.4 or 40%, yes. So 13,000 into 0.4, that is 5,200. So in the first year, this is your accumulated depreciation, and your ending book value is 13,000 minus 5,200, that is 7,800. In year 1, this is your ending book value. So in year 2, this will be your beginning book value, 7,800. The same 7,800 into 0.4, that is 3120. If you add this 2, that is 8320, and ending book value is 13,000 minus 8,320. So you will get 4,680. That is the ending book value in year 2. Therefore, in year 3, this will be your beginning book value. Same year 4, then year 5. Okay. 1685 into 0.4. What's the answer?
ম্যাম 674।
Okay, 674. So if we write here 674, our accumulated depreciation will be 11,315 plus 674. That is 11,989. And if this value is 11,989, our ending book value will be 1,011. So এখানে 11 কম, এখানে 11 বেশি, because in the last year our accumulated depreciation will be 12,000 and our ending book value will be 1,000. We know that. But এখানে আমরা যদি 674 লিখি, এখানে 11 কম, এখানে 11 বেশি আছে, বেশি আসবে. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to change this value, this 674. Multiply করে যে ভ্যালুটা আসবে, we cannot write that one. We will have to do adjustment. এখানে চেঞ্জটা কত? I mean ডিফারেন্সটা কত? গ্যাপটা কত? এখানে 11 কম, এখানে 11 বেশি. That means the adjustment that we will have to do, that is with 11. Either we will have to add 11 or we will have to subtract 11. So এই 674 এর সাথে 11 আমরা কি যোগ করলে এখানে 12,000 হবে না, বিয়োগ করলে এখানে 12,000 হবে? What do you think? Because if we write here 674, it will be 11,989 and this will be 1,011. So adjustment তো 11 এর সাথে করতে হবে. 11 কি আমরা 674 এর সাথে প্লাস করব আর মাইনাস করব? কি মনে হয়? Anyone, what do you think? Do we need to add 11 or subtract 11? Navunita. Navunita?
Yes, ma'am.
674 এর সাথে 11 প্লাস হবে or মাইনাস হবে? What do you think?
Ma'am, plus
হবে, exactly. Because when you add 11 with 674, it will be 685. And if it becomes 685, it will be 12,000. Or if you think the other way, যেখানে কম আছে, it's 11,989. We need to increase this one. এটাকে increase করার জন্য, if we increase this value, automatically এটাও বেড়ে যাবে. So instead of 674, we'll have to write 685. Not 674. We'll have to write 685. এখানে ক্যালকুলেশন নিচে দেখানো আছে. So if it is 685, it will be 12,000 and ultimately your ending book value will be 1,000. So in declining balance, লাস্ট ইয়ারে একটা অ্যাডজাস্টমেন্ট করতে হবে, একটা ক্যালকুলেশন করতে হবে লাস্ট ইয়ারে, অনলি ইন ডিক্লাইনিং ব্যালেন্স মেথড, অন্য কোনো মেথডে না। So well, this is for your partial year. Instead of January, if the machine or the equipment was purchased on April, so the value you will get into 9 divided by 12. So 3900. Straight line এর মতোই, same ভাবে। Last year এসে into 40%, the value you will get 472 into 3 divided by 12, and you'll have to make sure that you're actually getting 12,000 as your accumulated depreciation. So যদি কোনো adjustment দরকার হয়, you'll have to do that. Now look into the graph. The red one is a straight line because every year it's same. Every year there is no change. The most fluctuated one, that is the units of activity, because it depends on the units, it depends on your production, and it's never the same, it always change hobe. The declining balance or the double declining balance, always it starts with the highest one and it ends with the lowest one. Always there will be no change, এটা সব সময় থাকবে। Now in terms of depreciation expense or in terms of accumulated depreciation, well, every year the depreciation expense will vary, will be different, but after the useful life, after 5 years, if you see প্রতিটা totally কিন্তু 12,000, that means useful life যখন শেষ হচ্ছে, it doesn't matter which method we are following, the total depreciable cost will be same. I mean the total depreciation expense, or you can say that the accumulated depreciation, it will be same for every method, because last year kintu amader pay it's 12,000, which is actually our depreciable cost, and accumulated depreciation is nothing but the summation of all years depreciation expense. So that's how we get the accumulated depreciation. So this is another method which is MSCRS, but this MSCRS method is not acceptable under GAAP, and therefore it's not included in your syllabus, but this is the name of another method. Arcadia HS purchased equipment for 5,10,000, which was estimated to have a useful life of 10 years with a salvage value of 10,000 at the end of that time. Cost, useful life, salvage value. Depreciation has been recorded for 7 years on a straight line basis. In 2015, which is year 8, it is determined that the total estimated life should be 15 years with a salvage value of 5,000 at the end of that time. That means up to year 7 they followed certain thing, then from year 8 everything was different. Now the first question is, do we need to correct the previous year's depreciation? That is, what is the journal entry to correct the prior year's depreciation? To answer this question, ask yourself, 7 years is already gone and we have already calculated the depreciation by following this term. It's recorded. So do we need to correct this one? আমাদের কি কোনো adjusting entry দরকার আছে 7 বছর পরে? Because we have already recorded this. What do you think? What is your idea? এটা কি correct করতে হবে নাকি হবে না?
Ma'am, no, maybe.
না ম্যাম,
No, exactly. দরকার নেই. It's already recorded. আমরা এই 10 years and 10,000 দিয়ে already record করেছি, and এরপরে যে চেঞ্জ আমরা নতুনটা দিয়ে রেকর্ড করব, so we don't need to correct it, so no entry required. এটা কারেক্ট করার জন্য আমাদের কিছুই করতে হবে না। Second question, calculate the depreciation expense for 2015. Well, now এটার জন্য ক্যালকুলেশনের দরকার আছে। So to calculate this one, ফার্স্টে আমাদের বের করতে হবে আগের বছরের গুলো। So up to year 7, annual depreciation expense কত ছিল every year? Up to year 7. Cost 5,10,000, useful life 10 years, salvage value 10,000. Formula is cost minus salvage value divided by useful life.
Ma'am, 50,000.
50,000. So up to year 7, every year the annual depreciation expense was 50,000. প্রতি বছরে, okay. 7 বছর তো এই 50,000 করেই ছিল। তাহলে 7 বছরের টোটাল আমার ডেপ্রিসিয়েশন এক্সপেন্স কত ছিল আর অ্যাকিউমুলেটেড ডেপ্রিসিয়েশন কত 7 বছরে?
$350,000, ma'am.
3,50,000. All right. So year 8 when there is a change in useful life and in salvage value, এই চেঞ্জটা অ্যাপ্লাই করার জন্য at first we'll have to calculate যে আমাদের 8th ইয়ারে প্রোডাক্টের ভ্যালুটা কত, ইকুইপমেন্টের এখনকার ভ্যালু কত। সো 3,50,000 আমরা 7 বছর অলরেডি ইউজ করে ফেলাছি। কস্ট ছিল কত? 5,10,000. So 5,10,000 minus 3,50,000 যে ভ্যালুটা, that is the value of this equipment in year 8. কারণ 7 বছর তো আমরা এই হিসাবে ইউজ করে ফেলাছি, it's done, it's gone already. We cannot change anything in this. এখানে কোনো চেঞ্জ করতে পারবো না। সো ইয়ার 8 আমার ইকুইপমেন্টের অ্যাকচুয়াল ভ্যালুটা কত আছে ইয়ার 8 5,10,000 minus 3,50,000.
1,60,000.
1,60,000. Okay. So 1,60,000 is the value of my equipment in year 8. এখন আমার salvage value কত? Year 8 থেকে তো চেঞ্জ হয়ে যাচ্ছে। We have a different useful life, we have a different salvage value. A different year and different salvage value will be applicable on this value. এই যে 1,60,000 আসলো এটার উপর অ্যাপ্লিকেবল হবে। সো কস্ট ইজ 1,60,000, সালভেজ ভ্যালু ইজ 5,000। ইয়ারটা কত ধরবো? 15 ধরবো নাকি অন্য কোনো ভ্যালু ধরবো, কি মনে হয়?
Ma'am, 15 minus 7 equal to 8 years.
7, that is 8 years. Because 7 years already gone. ওই 7 বছরের কোনো চেঞ্জ আমরা করতে পারবো না। So 15 minus 7, that is 8. So 1,60,000 minus 5,000 divided by 8. যে অ্যান্সারটা আসে নেক্সট 8 বছরের জন্য depreciation expense will be that value. That is the answer of the second one. So at first 50,000 into 7, that is 3,50,000. So the ending book value is 1,60,000. 1,60,000 minus 5,000 divided by 8, that is 19,375. শুধু 2015 না, next year 8 বছর চলবে, প্রতি বছর this will be your depreciation expense. And that's all from this chapter. Okay, so it's time for me to do some math. First time মাত্র যেটা করলাম এই টাইপের একটা ম্যাথস আছে, এটা করি, then we'll go for different maths. P10.4. At the beginning of 2018, Mazars company acquired equipment costing 1,20,000. This is the cost. It was estimated that this equipment would have a useful life of 6 years and a salvage value of 12,000 at that time. Cost 1,20,000, salvage value 12,000, useful life 6 years. The straight line method of depreciation was considered the most appropriate to use with this type of equipment. Depreciation is to be recorded at the end of each year. During 2020, the third year of the equipment's life, the company's engineers reconsidered their expectations and estimated that the equipment's useful life would probably be 7 years in total instead of 6 years. The estimated salvage value was not changed at that time. However, during 2023, the estimated salvage value was reduced to 5,000. Let's do this. So at first calculate the depreciation expense for the first 2 years because the first change was in the third year. So year 1 and year 2 same value থাকবে কত আসে? This is your cost, this is your salvage value.
ম্যাম একটু জুম করবেন ম্যাম ক্লিয়ার দেখা যাচ্ছে না
This is cost, this is salvage value, and this is useful life.
ম্যাম ফার্স্ট 3 ইয়ার্স এর জন্য বের করব
First 2 years because the first change was on the third year. So third year change হয়ে যাবে. Year 1 and year 2 it will be same.
ম্যাম 54,000
Do it again. Your cost is 1,20,000, salvage value 12,000, useful life 6 years. Annual depreciation expense কত আসে?
ম্যাম 18,000
That is the answer, 18,000. The change was in year 3. So year 3, during 2020, the third year of the equipment's life, the company's engineers reconsidered their expectations and estimated that the equipment's useful life would probably be 7 years in total. Instead of 6 years, the estimated salvage value was not changed at that time. And এটা চলবে 3 বছর. Because তারপরে চেঞ্জটা হচ্ছে 2023 তে, that means 2020, 2021, 2022 will have same value. Salvage value তে কোনো চেঞ্জ নেই, যেটা ছিল আগেরটাই আছে, চেঞ্জটা হচ্ছে ইয়ারে. Okay, so now in 2020, at first we need to calculate the new cost, I mean not new cost, the current value of the equipment. So এখন current valueটা যদি বের করতে চাই কত হবে? How to get the current value?
ম্যাম 1,02,000
No. Current value আমরা কিভাবে বের করি? I mean the present value কিভাবে বের করি? সেটা হচ্ছে cost which is given in the question minus the accumulated depreciation and যেটা আগের বছরের এন্ডিং বুক ভ্যালু সেটাই তো কারেন্ট ইয়ারের বিগিনিং বুক ভ্যালু হচ্ছে। সো আমার আগের বছরের অ্যাকুমুলেটেড ডেপ্রিসিয়েশন 36,000, মাই কস্ট ইজ 1,20,000।
84,000.
84,000. This is the current value of the equipment. What is the formula? Cost minus salvage value. So if this is the cost or if this is the current value minus salvage value তো কোনো চেঞ্জ হয়নি, so it will be 12,000 যেটা আগে ছিল। Here new expectation is it will last for 7 years. 7 বছর চলবে। 2 বছর অলরেডি ইউজ করা হয়ে গিয়েছে, কয় বছর বাকি আছে?
5 years.
5 কত আসে?
14,400.
So this 14,400 will be for next 3 years. Fine. Next change in 2023. However, during 2023, the estimated salvage value was reduced to 5,000. যেটা আগে ছিল 12,000, now this will be 5,000. Okay. So once again, first আমরা current valueটা বের করি প্রোডাক্টের, equipmenটের। So 1,20,000 minus 79,200 minus 5,000 because this is the new salvage value divided by for how many years?
Ma'am,
2 years.
2 years.
Exactly, very good. It will be 2 years. কত আসে?
17,900.
In the last 2 years, this will be your annual depreciation expense. And this is 1,15,000. So করে দেখেন 1,20,000 minus 5,000, that is actually 1,15,000.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
your math is correct. Depreciation এর নিজের math নিজেই চেক করতে পারবেন। So this was P10.4, this one. Now if you can remember, আমরা যখন কোন একটা প্রোডাক্ট কোন একটা অ্যাসেটের টোটাল কস্টে ক্যালকুলেট করব, sometimes the total cost will not be given directly. You will have to calculate it like this one. Venable Company was organized on January 1. During the first year of operations, the following plant asset expenditures and receipts were recorded in random order. Instructions. Analyze the foregoing transactions using the following column headings. Insert the number of each transaction in the item space and insert the amounts in the appropriate columns. For amounts entered in the other accounts column, also indicate the account titles. Forget it. আমরা এত কিছুতে যাব না, just practice-এর জন্য। The first one, cost of filling and grading the land. What do you think? Is this your land, building or other account? কোথায় যাবে এটা?
Land, ma'am.
Cost land এ যাবে, very good. Number 2, full payment to building contractor.
Building, ma'am.
Building.
Building. Real estate taxes on land paid for the current year.
No other account.
আদার অ্যাকাউন্টে যাবে। রিজন হচ্ছে এই যে ট্যাক্স, এটা কিন্তু প্রতি বছর ইউ উইল হ্যাভ টু পে। সো টোটাল কস্টের সাথে ইউ ক্যানট ইনক্লুড দিস ওয়ান, ইট উইল বি আদার অ্যাকাউন্ট। কস্ট অফ রিয়েল এস্টেট পারচেজড অ্যাজ এ প্ল্যান্ট সাইট।
Ma'am, land হবে।
Land.
ল্যান্ড। এক্সকাভেশন কস্ট ফর নিউ বিল্ডিং।
Building,
Building.
ma'am.
বিল্ডিং। Architect's fees on building plans.
Building.
ma'am.
Building. Accrued real estate taxes paid at time of purchase of real estate.
Land.
Land.
Land. Cost of parking lots and driveways.
Others account.
Other account.
This will be others account. Cost of demolition building to make land suitable for construction of building. Number 9. Land or building.
Land.
Ma'am, land.
Ma'am, land.
Land. Number 10. Proceeds from salvage of demolished building.
এটাও ল্যান্ড ম্যাম।
And this one is credit.
এটা মাইনাস
Ma'am,
হবে।
land.
এটা ল্যান্ডে মাইনাস হবে। রিজন হচ্ছে আপনি
Yes,
এখানে
ma'am.
কি করেছেন, ভাঙার জন্য একটা খরচ ছিল, ভাঙার টোটাল খরচ ছিল আমার 25,000 and we know যে salvage value মানে কি, এন্ড অফ দ্য ইউজফুল লাইফ আমরা যদি এটাকে সেল করে দেই, শেড দরে যদি বিক্রি করে দেই, তাহলে যে টাকাটা পেতে পারি, দ্যাট ইজ আওয়ার সালভেজ ভ্যালু। সো এই যে বিল্ডিং ভাঙা হলো 25,000 টাকা খরচ করে, বিল্ডিং এর জিনিসপত্র সেল করে ইউ হ্যাভ গট 3,500 টাকা। সো এই 3,500 আবার প্লাস করে দিতে হবে, আই মিন মাইনাস করতে হবে। টাকা পেয়েছেন কিন্তু এখন তো কস্ট বের করছেন, সো নাও ইট উইল বি মাইনাস। সো দিস ইজ হাউ ইউ উইল হ্যাভ টু ডু ইট। রাইট, নাও আই উইল ডু দিস ওয়ান। ওটা কেন করলাম, কারণ একইভাবে now we will have to calculate the value of machine A. I will do this math. 10.3 টা আমি করে দিব, but you will have to help me, you will have to assist me. So first tell me what will be the total value, total cost of the machine A. দুটো মেশিন আছে, machine B টা দেয়া আছে, that's 1,80,000, but for machine A you will have to calculate the value. The first journal is not included, will not come to your quiz or assessment, but the second one definitely এই কোয়েশ্চেনটা থাকবে, কোন একটা জার্নাল এন্ট্রি আপনাদের প্রত্যেকটা সেটেই থাকবে, আই মিন ফর দ্য ডেপ্রিসিয়েশন এর জার্নাল যেটা ওটা থাকবে, বাট পারচেজ এর জার্নাল সেটা এটা থাকবে না, বাট আমি এখন এটা করে দিব। বাট টু রাইট দিস ওয়ান উই নিড টু ক্যালকুলেট দ্য কস্ট অফ মেশিন এ। সো দ্য ক্যাশ প্রাইস অফ দিস মেশিন ওয়াজ 48,000. Fine. Related expenditures included. So এখানে related কিছু expenditure দেয়া আছে, you will have to identify কোনটা আমরা 48,000 এর সাথে প্লাস করব। Machine A. Tell me what will be the total cost of machine A?
ম্যাম 50,000।
50,000. The last 100 it will not be included because আপনি যদি এটা পড়ে দেখেন, the 100 of oil and lubricants to be used with the machinery during its first year of operation. We're calculating the cost. এই মেশিনটা চালানোর জন্য আমার $100 লাগবে, but what if I decide not to operate this machine in the first year? যে আমরা 1 বছর রেখে দিব, সেকেন্ড ইয়ারে চালাবো, or আমরা আরো বেশি অপারেট করব। So this value, it's depending on something else, it's depending whether I use it or not. So this 100 will not be included. Sales tax, shipping cost, insurance, installation and testing cost, this will be included. So total it will be 50,000. A2. come to your exam. Depreciation. So cost is 50,000, useful life 5 years, salvage value 5,000. So what will be the annual depreciation expense?
Ma'am, 9,000.
9,000, 50,000 minus 5,000 divided by 5. That is 9,000.
Yes.
That was A. Now number B. Calculate the amount of depreciation expense that Evers should record for machine B each year of its useful life under the following assumptions. Ever uses the straight line method, declining balance, and units of activity. Okay. The cost is given 1,80,000, useful life 4 years, and salvage value 10,000.
And 45,000.
45,000. Okay. No. Salvage value কোথায় যাবে?
ম্যাম 42,500
Ma'am, 42,500 হবে।
42,500. But আমরা directly just এক বছরটা লিখলেই হবে না, because number C তে কিছু question আছে. To answer those question, we'll have to prepare the depreciation schedule. Cost minus salvage value. That is our depreciable cost. Cost is 1,80,000. Salvage value is 10,000. So depreciable cost is 1,70,000 in every year. Depreciation rate. That is 1 divided by useful life. Useful life is 4 years. 1 by 4, that is 0.25. So annual depreciation expense, depreciable cost into depreciation rate, 42,500. $1,80,000 because that is the cost minus accumulated depreciation. In the last year, our accumulated depreciation is same as our depreciable cost, and our ending book value is same as the salvage value. So this is the straight line method. Now, 2. Declining balance. Now the beginning book value, that is the cost, so 1,80,000. Declining rate, the formula is 1 divided by useful life into 2. কত হবে?
Ma'am, 0.5. I mean 50%.
0.5% or 0.5. So every year it will be 0.5. Annual depreciation expense is 90,000 because 1 lakh 80 into 0.5, that is 90,000. Accumulated depreciation is same. Ending book value is also same. Year 2, year 1's ending book value will be year 2's beginning book value. Multiply these two, that will be 45,000. The adjustment. We'll have to do the adjustment in this column, in this cell. A box to korte hobe. So at first, let's multiply these two and let's see how much we get. So we are getting 11,250. Now, if we add 11,250 with last year's accumulated depreciation, it becomes 1,68,750. আমাদের এখানে আসার কথা কত 1,70,000 and এটা যদি আমরা এই ভ্যালুটাই রেখে দেই then we get 11,250 but this should be 10,000 and this should be 1,70,000 so এখানে 1250 বেশি আছে এখানে 1250 কম আছে that means the adjustment will be with 1,250. Now the question is, a 1,250, 11,250 সাথে plus হবে or minus হবে? ডিফারেন্সটা তো 1250, এটা তো ক্লিয়ার সবার কাছে। এখানে 1250 কম, এখানে 1250 বেশি আছে। So the adjustment will be with 1250. Either we'll have to plus 1250 with this value or we'll have to subtract 1250 from this value. So tell me, কি করব আমরা? Plus করব or minus করব?
প্লাস হবে।
Plus হবে। Plus 1250. আমি যদি প্লাস করে দেই এই দুটো অটোমেটিক চেঞ্জ হয়ে যাচ্ছে now B3 that is units of activity depreciable cost per unit formula is depreciable cost divided by total units so the total units 45 35 25 20 we add these four, that is 1,25,000. Well, it was given in the question, but always it will not be given. Sometimes you will have to calculate. So if it's not given, this is how you will have to calculate. Now, this is your total unit And the depreciable cost you already know, that is 1,70,000. So depreciable cost per unit, 1,70,000 divided by 1,25,000, 1.36. In every year, your depreciable cost per unit will be 1.36. Ending book value. Cost minus accumulated depreciation. Again, in the last year, your accumulated depreciation is same as your depreciable cost and your ending book value is same as your salvage value. That means our three methods are correct. So that was number B. Now number C. Which method used to calculate depreciation on machine B reports the highest amount of depreciation expense in year 1, that is 2020? Highest depreciation কোন মেথডে আছে? In year 1. Year 1, which method has the highest annual depreciation expense?
Ma'am, declining balance method.
Declining balance method, because it has the depreciation expense of 90,000. Second question. The highest amount in year 4. Year 1 a declining, year 4 a
And straight line.
straight line, 12,500. Very good. Now the last question. The highest total amount over the 4-year period. Again, the question is the highest total amount over the 4-year period.
Ma'am, depreciation expense.
কোন মেথডের ডেপ্রিসিয়েশন এক্সপেন্সটা 4 বছরে সবচেয়ে বেশি? টোটাল ডেপ্রিসিয়েশন এক্সপেন্সটা কোন মেথডেরটা সবচেয়ে বেশি?
Ma'am, units of activities.
Anyone else? Any other answer?
ম্যাম তিনটাই হবে।
Exactly. All three methods have the same answer. Will have the same result. 1,70,000, 1,70,000, 1,70,000.
Yes, ma'am. তিনটেই হবে।
All three methods. And every time, always, it will be the answer. Answer এটাই আসতে হবে. So that was the answer of the last one. The highest total amount over the 3-year period, all three methods will have the same answer, the exact answer. So that was P10.3, this math. Now I will do one more math. That is this one, P10.2. It's more like এটার মতোই, এটার বীজ যেটা ছিল এটাই আবার করা হবে এখানে with different value. Now for every bus, for every method we will have different cost, different salvage value, different useful life. That is the difference. এই ম্যাথসটাতে cost, salvage value, useful life was same, but now we will have different cost, different salvage value and different useful life. Straight line. Cost 96,000, salvage value 6,000, useful life 5 years. Starting from 18. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Cost 96, salvage value 6. Depreciable cost কত হবে? This is cost, this is salvage value. What will be the depreciable cost?
ম্যাম 18,000।
Depreciable cost 18,000 তো পরে আসবে। ফার্স্টে বলতে হবে
0.2
90,000, 90,000. 96,000 minus 6,000, that is 90,000. 90,000 is your depreciable cost. Depreciation rate, that is 1 divided by useful life. 1 by 5, that is 0.2.
20%.
Annual depreciation expense is 18,000. That is 90,000 into 0.2 is 18,000. Ending book value. Cost minus accumulated depreciation. Cost is 96,000 minus accumulated depreciation. So in the last year, accumulated depreciation is 90,000, which is same as the depreciable cost, and ending book value is 6,000, which is same as the salvage value. 6,000. Next one. Again starting from 2018, but this time useful life is 4 years, declining balance, cost is 1,10,000, salvage value is 10,000. $10,000. 4 years. So what will be the declining rate?
Ma'am, 0.5.
4 into 2. So 55,000 accumulated depreciation 55 and ending book value. So we are getting 6 6875. Now, if we add these two, it becomes 1,03,125. But we should get 1 lakh because this is our cost, this is our salvage value, so the depreciable cost is 1 lakh. So এখানে 1 lakh করতে হবে. If we want to make sure that okay our accumulated depreciation is 1 lakh, the gap is 3,125. বেশি আছে. যদি বেশি থাকে annual depreciation expense এর সাথে এই 3125 প্লাস হবে or মাইনাস হবে?
ম্যাম
মাইনাস হবে কারণ এখানে বেশি আছে, কমাতে হবে। So 6875 minus 3125. 6875 minus 3125. It will be 1 lakh and this will be 10,000. Now units of activity, the last bus. This is for bus 1, bus 2, bus 3. Now bus 3. 19 থেকে 5 years, so 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Cost 92,000, salvage value 8,000. So 92 minus 8, that is 84,000. That is our depreciable cost. For the declining balance method, the company uses a double declining rate. For the units of activity method, total miles are expected to be 1,20,000. So this is our total unit. 1,20,000 and depreciable cost is 84,000. 84,000 divided by 1,20,000. So that is 0.7. Every year it will be 0.7. Actual miles of use in the first 3 years were 24, 34, 30. Alright, question number A যেটা, compute the amount of accumulated depreciation on each bus at December 31, 2020. To answer that one, actually আমাদের straight line ও সব পুরোটা করা দরকার ছিল না, declining এও না, even এখানেও না, and that's why they have given only until 2021. But এই 2 বছরটা আমি করে দিচ্ছি, assuming বাকি 2 বছর সেম ইউনিট ছিল. This is our assumption. This is not given in the question. দেখেন 2019, 2020 and 2021, it's not given in the question. But it was mentioned that useful life will be 5 years and total miles are expected to be 1,20,000. It was given in the question. So এখন যেটা আমি করব, আমরা assume করে নিচ্ছি এই তিনটা প্লাস করি, that is 88,000. এই তিনটা প্লাস করলে 88,000. Total is given 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 minus 88,000 যদি করা হয়, $32,000 divided by 2, that will be 16,000. $1,20,000. Again, আপনাদের এরকম ম্যাথস আসবে না। ফর ইউ প্রতি বছরেরটাই দেয়া থাকবে, লাইক দিস ওয়ান 10.4 এ যেটা ছিল এভরি ইয়ারে দেয়া ছিল, এরকমই আসবে। এটাতে দেয়া ছিল না, সো দিস ইজ মাই অ্যাজাম্পশন। ডোন্ট গেট কনফিউজ। যে 16,000 তো কোয়েশ্চেনে ছিল না। হাউ ডিড ইউ গেট দিস? This is assumption. We are assuming this one. Just to show you যে last year এসে this is our depreciable cost sorry, and this is the salvage value. This is number A, the first one. So এখন এখান থেকে যে কোনো কোয়েশ্চেনই আসুক না কেন you will be able to answer any question. So let's try by using the straight line method how the equipment will be presented in the balance sheet in year 3. Straight line method year 3 তে ব্যালেন্স শিটে কত শো করা হবে ইকুইপমেন্ট ভ্যালু, আই মিন বাসের ভ্যালু। Anyone? Under straight line method, how the bus will be presented in the balance sheet in year 3. Is there anyone who would like to answer? Under straight line method, how the bus will be presented in the balance sheet in year 3.
ম্যাম 42,000।
Exactly, that is the answer. 42,000. Okay. Number B, if bus 2 was purchased on April 1 instead of January 1, what is the depreciation expense for this bus in 2018 and 2019? Bus 2, declining balance. So beginning book value is 1,10,000, declining rate 0.5, depreciation expense 55,000. But this 55,000 is for the whole year. This time it's not for the whole year. This time it's for 9 months. That is 9 by 12. 0.75. So if you multiply these two, your depreciation expense will be 41,250. Year 2. Now the beginning book value will be 68,750. At This is the answer of number B. I mean B2. B2 or B? Number B actually. B1 2018 2019. So in B1 the answer is 41,250 and B2 for 2019 the answer is 34,375. The partial year under straight line, it's not in the question, just for practice. Instead of January, if it was purchased on April, that is 9 by 12. Not 12 September, it will be 0.75. And it will continue in the next year, 2023 te jabe. Here it will be 4 by 12. Sorry, not 4, 3 by 12. Because it was 9 by 12 and it will be 3 by 12. So this is for the partial year. একইভাবে এটাও কন্টিনিউ করা যায়। Let me show you. It will continue till 2022. Take round figure. Okay, এখানে এবার একটা জিনিস দেখেন 2021 already our accumulated depreciation is more than 1 lakh. যেটা পুরো 4 বছর শেষে হওয়ার কথা ছিল already we have got that. Actually তার চেয়ে বেশি চলে এসেছে। So definitely আমরা 2022 তে কন্টিনিউ করব না। চেঞ্জটা এই ইয়ারেই চলে আসবে। 2022 তে আর যাবে না। Because already এটা 1 লাখের বেশি আছে and straight declining balance actually এটাই হয়ে থাকে খুব কমই হয় যারা একদম লাস্ট পর্যন্ত কন্টিনিউ করতে পারে and এইজন্য এখানে চেঞ্জ করতে হয় and that's why in the question they did ask you to finish it, they asked only for the first 2 years. So even in your quiz এই টাইপেরই কোয়েশ্চেন থাকবে যেটা যদি পুরোটা হয় you will get answer আর যদি পুরোটা না হয় that means 2 বছর হলে 2 বছরটা you'll have to calculate. So next class will be your quiz and your participation from this chapter. First a quiz or first a participation, you'll decide that. But both will happen on the next same day, which is on next class. Any question? Anyone, any question?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So, these are all for today. Thank you everyone.
Ma'am, এই এক্সেলটা একটু
I
আপডেট
will
করে
upload
দিন
it. I will upload it. I will upload it. And also the assignment number, because you have your quiz. So if you practice the assignment, it will help you in your quiz. Alright. Thank you.
ওকে ম্যাম, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.